This program brought to you by Hyundai Santa Fe, built family tough. Carlsberg, probably the best beer in the world. Hungry Jack's, the burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. Pepsi Max, maximum taste, no sugar. Mighty Helpful Mitre 10, finally someone's fixing hardware. And Ballantyne's Finest Scotch Whisky, official spirit of the Hyundai A-League.
Said during the week they want to turn Blue Tongue into a fortress, but tonight's challengers, the Melbourne Victory, boast a very good record here in Gosford with 3 wins from their 5 games, and they're looking to regain top spot on the ladder from Sydney. Let's take a look at the 2 teams for tonight's encounter. And they start in goal, the Mariners, with Mark Bosnich on his home debut for the club. The right back, Bradley Porter, forced to step into that role in the absence of Andrew Clark, who's tucked up at home with the flu. He's alongside Nigel Bugard, who's in the heart of defence with the captain, Alex Wilkinson. Pedj Bowic is the left back, pretty impressive in the opening 4 rounds for the Mariners. Mile Jedinak will anchor midfield, the number 23, a Socceroo. Right side of midfield, Matty Osman. And Adrian Caceres, a big night for him against his former club, looking to prove to Ernie Merrick he's more than just a bench player. On the left side of midfield, it's John Hutchinson. While up front, it's the regular 2 so far this season, Matt Simon, the youngster, alongside the veteran, Sasho Petrovski. It's a 4-4-2 from Laurie McKenna. The Melbourne Victory, they start with Michael Theokotos in goal, yet to be beaten in his 3 games so far this season. Michael Thwaite returns tonight from an ankle injury. He replaces Seb Ryle in defence, Kevin Muscat in the heart of defence, as always, the captain, alongside Ruddy Vargas, who was very good for them against Adelaide as they kept a clean sheet last week. Matty Kemp is the right wing back. Billy Selesky will be allowed to get forward when he chooses by Ernie Merrick, but he's alongside Jose Luis Lopez in midfield, back from international duty with Costa Rica. He missed the game last week. Evan Berger, he was very impressive against the Reds. He's the starting left wing back. Carlos Hernandez, another Costa Rican. He's just in behind the front 2, which is made up, of course, of Archie Thompson and Danny Allsop. It's a 3-5-2 from Ernie Merrick. So the 2 teams about to make their entrance at Blue Tongue Stadium. And their last 2 meetings between these 2 teams, they've banged in 10 goals between them. And we are hoping for a few more tonight. 7 goals in the last clash between these 2. Well, Michael Theokotos has kept 3 clean sheets so far this season, and his opposite number, Mark Bosnich, is coming off a clean sheet last week in Wellington. But the top 3 goal scorers in Hyundai A-League history are starting tonight, and they're led by Archie Thompson. Will it be another goal feast? Find out after the break. Well, summer has arrived early on the Central Coast. The beaches were packed today and still a balmy temperature of 24 degrees, humidity low, and the wind speed is negligible. Really was a beautiful day here on the Central Coast as we check the bench available to Laurie McKenna, David DePuzzo, Dylan McAllister, Paul O'Grady, and the reserve goalkeeper is Andrew Redmayne. And the Melbourne Victory, their 4 players, they only travelled with a squad of 15, and their 4 substitutes, Sebastian Ryle, who did start last week alongside Grant Brebner, Tom Pondolyak, the former Mariner, will he make an impact later, and Mitch Langerak is the reserve goalkeeper. Our referee tonight is Peter Green, and both sides will be happy to see him. A remarkable stat. Neither side has ever lost under Peter Green, and the Melbourne Victory have got us underway. Kevin Muscat searching for Archie Thompson immediately, trying to get him behind Brad Porter, who's been playing on the left side of midfield, but forced to play it right back tonight with Andrew Clarkson coming to the flu. Hernandez with an early snapshot, and that's what we expected to see tonight, attacking football, Paul Trimboli.
Yeah, good evening, Brenton. This is certainly one of the fixtures that always produces plenty of highlights. There's so many little sideline stories as we see Hernandez there opening the shooting. In the last 5 games between them, 19 goals and 6 red cards. So it's certainly one you don't want to take your eye off for a minute.
Carlos Hernandez saying during the week that he's desperate to extend his deal with the club on loan, of course, a 2-year loan deal. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants to stay with the Melbourne Victory. His family is settled. And don't worry about that. The Melbourne Victory are keen to keep him as well. Here's John Hutchinson. Caceres had made the run through the middle, but Michael Thwaite cleans up for the Victory. Big night for Adrian Caceres. He started the scoring for the Victory the last time these two teams met in that 7-goal shootout. Scored after just 4 minutes.
So many wonderful little side stories, isn't there? Obviously Caceres, then there's Pondriak on the bench for the Victory, but he was the one who scored the winner 2 minutes from time last year as well. So some wonderful stories in this game. The return of Mark Bosnich.
John Hutchinson with a long throw towards Jedinak, who won the header. Harmlessly through to Theocritos, but good signs for the Mariners. And Caceres looked like he'd won the ball fairly, but the referee siding with Evan Berger.
Judged to be a little too aggressive in the challenge. Evan Berger, outstanding last outing. The home match against Adelaide was really the standout player.
Roddy Vargas was very good as well against the Reds. Header from Bugard finding Hutchinson. Bowick retreats to Bosnich. He just keeps it in. Chance for Hernandez to embarrass Bosnich though. And just wide. Bosnich not happy with the back pass at all.
Clever thinking from Carlos Hernandez. Veg Bowick putting Mark Bosnich under a little bit of pressure. One area of his game, we know how wonderful he is with the shot stopping, but Bosnich's not renowned for his foot skills. That time, not the best of clearance straight up the middle of the park. Clever thinking Selesky, and then Hernandez, a snapshot. It would have really caught Mark Bosnich out.
It's never the goalkeeper's fault though. It was hands on hips and a stare at Pej Bowick for the back pass. Better clearance from Bosnich from the dead ball. Jedinak helping it on to Simon, but the offside flag goes up. Michael Thwaite was pretty confident he had Simon offside. Muscat takes the free kick quickly. And a flag at the other end, this time against Archie Thompson.
Kevin Muscat trying to play Archie Thompson in, use the striker's speed. Such a deadly weapon, the speed of Allsop and Thompson. That time Thompson just taking off a split second too early. Been in wonderful form, Archie Thompson, since making his return from injury. Came on as a sub against Newcastle, wreaked havoc. Then we saw him last week draw the penalty that ultimately won the game for Melbourne. Always in the action.
Bugard's free kick. Won by Osman. Here's Matty Simon. Back heel to Hutchinson. And the throw-in goes Melbourne's way. Last touch off Hutchinson, who wasn't so sure. Hernandez closed down by Osman. Quick throw taken, looking for Caceres, read by Kevin Muscat. Osman taking on Berger now and getting the better of the young left wing back who came again. Hernandez, Berger and Thompson looking to exchange passes and play it out from the back. Such is the confidence of Evan Berger at the moment.
Yeah, wonderful recovery. It looked like he'd been beaten. Kept his composure.
Here's Caceres. Asked a lot of Petrovski. Hutchinson keeps it alive for the Mariners, but Thwaite comes again. Good confident start from Adrian Caceres, getting plenty of touches in that attacking role behind the front two for the Mariners.
Yeah, he'll certainly relish the freedom to roam both sides of the park. Adrian Caceres, demanding the football at the moment, knows how important this game is for him.
Caceres again wins it back for the Mariners. Here's Petrovski. Just got underneath it. Sends it into the palm trees.
Sas Petrovski always gives the defence a hard time. Doesn't always come off for him. Gets the shot in nowhere near the goal, but good work from Caceres, winning the ball in the front third. They've started with a real positive outlook, Central Coast.
Awkward for Wilkinson. Jedinak, good strong work in midfield. There's Jose Luis Lopez. And Zaleski. Breezed by Jedinak. And wins the free kick. Hutchinson thought it was pretty soft.
Not a lot in it. Shoulder to shoulder. Zaleski went down under the challenge. Referee in good position, made the call. Be a key battle in the middle of the park. Jedinak and Hutchison up against Zaleski and Hernandez.
Muscat signals to his attacking force, but overhits the free kick. Through to his former Socceroo teammate, Mark Bosnich. Petrovski pounces on slight error from Berger, but again he comes. You'd have to think Sasho Petrovski is due tonight. Just one goal in 9 games against Melbourne in his career, and he's been so prolific down the years for both Sydney and the Mariners.
The beauty of Sasha Petrovski, if he's not scoring them, he's causing a lot of havoc in the opposition defences, opening spaces. Caceres should enjoy that. Also Matt Simon.
Just mishit his clearance, Evan Berger, and it's out for a corner to the Mariners. First of the night so far.
We saw his great work in the attacking sense last week, Evan Berger. Perhaps Central Coast wanting to ask him a few questions in the defensive capacity. They've come down this right-hand side several times already.
Hutchinson's corner. Theokritos. It was tough to get through a wall of players. Matty Osman couldn't keep the volley down. Needs a few tips from Terry McFlynn.
Always a difficult ball to hit. Some 35 yards.
Great goal earlier today from the Sydney FC midfielder. This one was bouncing from a great height. He had to back off as well. Another one heading for the palm trees. Simon with a flick on. Again, Muscat reading the danger. Jedinak, clever ball to Hutchinson. Caceres wants it played in behind. He's onside against Matty Kemp. And Simon. Good strong challenge from Vargas. Zaleski finds Thompson. Free-flowing football here at the Blue Tongue. Jose Luis Lopez looks to switch it up to Allsop, who's got him behind Brad Porter. Porter just hit enough in the end. Berger joins in. And Osman and Porter combine to see off the danger. Little push from Zaleski, not noticed by the referee.
Wonderful tempo to the football match. Warm conditions here, Central Coast. Neither side looking to spare themselves at the minute.
Zaleski looking for Thompson. A little nudge spotted. Bugard wins the free kick. In fact, it was Alex Wilkinson, the captain. It's been a big week for Ernie Merrick, trying to deflect the attention from the Nay Fabiano suspension. On the sidelines for 9 weeks, barring a successful appeal from the victory.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Ernie Merrick's gone with such a positive attitude this season. Now that front line has got a look that they finished last season with. Fabiano's been a wonderful contributor. He's really opened up the gaps for the likes of Allsop and Thompson to exploit. But he will be missing.
Yeah, when Michael Thwaite went down with that ankle injury a couple of weeks back against Newcastle, Merrick stumbled on that attacking quartet. He went with it last week, but unfortunately Nay Fabiano was sent off for that ugly incident involving Robbie Cornthwaite. He won't be seen again until December, barring a successful appeal. Melbourne hoping that will be heard during the week. Here's Porter with a bit of room to move. Looking for Matty Simon, isolated against Thwaite. Matty Simon should score and does. Terrific goal from Matty Simon.
Absolutely wonderful finish. The calmness, the composure in the penalty area. Wonderful ball from Bradley Porter to start with, but then it was all Matty Simon. We spoke this year about the fact that he's got that composure in front of goal. The ball was played in long diagonal over the back of Michael Thwaite. Lovely first touch, Matty Simon. Then the composure to slip it under Theoklitos. Stunning goal, Central Coast Mariners. Beautiful chest control. The one touched his tee himself up and then slipped it through the goalkeeper's legs. He found the gap. It's been a bright opening by the Central Coast, capped by that goal.
And Matt Simon, the first man to find a way past Michael Theoklitos this season. 1-0 to the Mariners. Matty Simon with his 3rd goal of the season. Theoklitos missed the game in Wellington with injury. Mitch Langerak stepped in, and that's the only time Melbourne had conceded goals before tonight.
Always known for taking up good positions in the penalty box, Matty Simon, without the rewards this season, finding the back of the net. Porter
loses out in the heading contest with Allsop, but Yedinak cleans up. Again, the strength of Simon just bowling Vargas over. He really does torment defenders. And Michael Thwaite found out how much then. Of course, Thwaite back for Seb Ryle, who was pretty impressive, the youngster, last week, and under pressure, if you like, for his spot.
Yeah, he got caught out a little bit, backpedaling. It was a wonderful little run in behind by Matt Simon, and then the ball from Porter was right on the money.
Simon again holds up possession for the Mariners. You mentioned that ball from Bradley Porter. Of course, he's been playing on the left side of midfield. Gets his chance tonight at right back. May well have been out of the team tonight, barring the sickness or the illness suffered by Clark today. He was a late withdrawal, so Porter stepped into the right back role. Here he is again looking for Simon. This time Lopez clears. Nice ball from Porter to Osman. Matt Simon again. It's through to Petrovski. They've just been put off by his strike partner. Again, Melbourne play it out from the back. Selesky with a couple of touches. Handball against Bowage. Spotted by the assistant.
Wonderful rhythm to the game. Nice open field, both sides attacking. Wonderful delivery in from the right-hand side by Osman. Just eluding Simon, perhaps distracted Petrovski, who was following in.
Of course, Melbourne would be well aware of that result that Sydney got against Adelaide to take top spot on the ladder. And now, if they want top spot back, they've got to find at least an equaliser. Petrovski looking for Caceres. Cut out by Vargas, and Hernandez is onside. In behind Bowych. He's got Allsop in the middle. Rolls it to Thompson. Archie Thompson should make it 1-1. And does. Another goal feast on the cards here at Blue Tongue. Two goals in the opening 15 minutes.
We said it earlier, it always throws up the goals, this fixture. Archie Thompson, we spoke about the form he was in. Wonderful move by Melbourne. Started with Vargas outside of the football. Hernandez used his guile into the box, and then it was all Archie Thompson. Control, turned his man and slotted it far post with aplomb. Came back inside, lovely tee up with the left foot, and then bent it past Bosnich, who had no chance. Wonderful instinctive forward play by Archie Thompson.
He just loves playing at Blue Tongue. He knows the corner posts oh so well. Make it 4 goals in 5 games at this venue for Archie Thompson. He's now got 31 goals in his career in 60 games. Talk about a goal every other game.
Incredible strike rate. Just re-signing with the victory for another 2 years. Wonderful news for them. An absolute darling of the fans in Melbourne, and with good reason.
And his second of the season, came back from Olympic duty with an injury, but he's up and running now.
He took up a great position in the box. It came to him a little bit more fortunately, but then once he had a sniff, clinical.
Here's Caceres. Vargas looking for Thompson. Bugard across. A couple of touches, did well to find Osman. Fairly clumsy from Evan Berger. And again, the free kick's being taken quickly. Matty Simon, and the back header from Muscat was a good one. Theocritos off his line.
Ernie Merrick will be pleased. His side's bounced back after conceding that early goal.
Jedinak looking for Petrovski. Petrovski and Vargas, you can see exchanging words at the bottom of the screen, both sent off here last season after a tangle which neither player thought warranted a red card. But Matty Simon, the 2 goal scorers tonight, they share a bond. Matty Simon is an Olympian because Archie Thompson picked up an injury. Simon was a standby player and then got to play against the Ivory Coast, and both are on the score sheet tonight in the opening 15 minutes.
Would have done a lot for his confidence, Matt Simon, to feature at the Olympic Games.
Hernandez being hassled by Porter. Shows him a few tricks, the Costa Rican, then rolls it to Thompson. Thompson looking up for Allsop, just couldn't thread the pass, so retreats to Berger. No free kick against Jedinak. Here's Petrovski. He's got Caceres on the move. Hutchinson available. Caceres finds Hutchinson. Chance to make it 2-1. Theocritos comes. Terrific save.
Wonderful goalkeeping, Michael Theocritos, but John Hutchinson will be a little bit disappointed. His first touch just got away from him.
The end-to-end play continues.
It was a brilliant counter-attack. The tackle in midfield, freeing up Petrovski onto Caceres and then into the puck. We just see it there. It just got away from him, Hutchinson, and Theocritos was out. Razor sharp to block the ball. We saw him do one similar just before half-time last week against Adelaide to block Travis Dodd.
Here's Evan Berger on the move. Such is the confidence, he tried to bend one past Bosnich.
Great open field to this match. Both sides attacking. Central Coast will be a bit disappointed that they didn't put a second one on the board.
Petrovsky and Vargas go at it again. The Mariners back four allowing the ball to bounce, but not punished. Muscat looking to send Allsop away. Again, the ball bounces. Tries for handball against Allsop. Caceres is on the move, calling for the return ball, but Muscat saw the run and tracked it. The typically unselfish play moments ago from Caceres. He saw that Hutchinson was the free man. Of course, Caceres desperate to score against his former club, but the ball was on and Hutchinson just didn't do enough in the end.
Yeah, it was a great run from John Hutchison from midfield, something he's become renowned for. And Caceres drew the man and slipped him in, but it was just that first touch. Just took the ball a little bit wide, allowed Theocritos to close the angle.
Jedinak tried to play Caceres through. Would have been one-on-one with Muscat. Bugart looking for Simon. Easy for Vargas. Porter's ball misdirected, but Vargas exchanging 1-2s with the back four of the Mariners at the moment. Allsop closing Bugart down. No free kick, throw into the victory. Good pressure from Allsop. It's what Ernie Merrick has been stressing to his attacking players, to close down the opposition.
We saw it last week to great effect, a downer man against Adelaide, but it was Thompson and Allsop who really set the tone. They kept pressing forward onto Adelaide, causing the turnovers. They've continued on tonight. Wonderful physical presence, Danny Allsop. He worked so hard for the team.
Sucking in the big ones as well, Danny Allsop. He might get the reward though. Hernandez. He's looking for Allsop, but Hutchinson heads it away for the corner. The first for the visitors. Midway through the first half here at the Blue Tongue. 2 goals already. And 2 corners as well.
And you sense the scoring isn't finished with either. Both sides with a wonderful cutting edge.
Matthew Kemp delivers to the back post. Vargas arriving. Too physical in the challenge, according to Peter Green.
We've seen him score some important goals. Roddy Vargas coming into that far post that time. Misjudged it. Kemp's ball swinging in. Vargas ran at it, but good positional play. Mile Jedinak, I think, who took the brunt of it. Never any shirking of the physical contest between these sides. Vargas has been important already. Such a good reader of the play, steps in so often to intercept the balls played from midfield from the opposition. And it was his ball that released Hernandez before he set up Thompson for the equaliser.
Jedinak again wins the header. Theocritos and Vargas got their wires crossed. Theocritos pulled the hands away at just the right time. He was in danger of handling outside the box and picking up a red card.
An awkward moment in the Melbourne Victory defence. Roddy Vargas got his bearings wrong there. It looked as though initially he wanted to head it back to Theocritos, changed his mind, pulled out. Theocritos managed to keep his cool and bundle it away.
The Mariners crying out for handball there against Vargas. The ball did land on Vargas's hand. He didn't know much about it.
He has had a history of red cards in this fixture, Roddy Vargas.
Sent off for handball on the line a few years back at the Telstra Dome. Berger. Peter Green trying to play the advantage for Allsop.
Laurie McKenna having to deal without his right-hand man. Ian Ferguson moved on.
Named the inaugural coach of the new North Queensland franchise, and he was at training to say his farewells yesterday to the Mariners players, and no doubt scoping out who might be available when the new franchises can talk to players from October 1. There's no shortage of Mariners players coming off contract, including this man, Sash Petrovsky, finding Osman. Good strong challenge from Berger.
It's definitely been a feature of the Central Coast Mariners' attack down this right-hand side. Really putting Evan Berger under some pressure. He's coped well so far. Full-blooded challenge again. Evan Berger, Matthew Osman.
The Mariners just camped in the victory half. According to the stats anyway, Melbourne have pushed forward at times. But the Mariners have definitely had the lion's share of possession. Thompson threading the needle to Allsop, who was just offside.
Close decision there. Archie Thompson, wonderful ball. Vision to see Danny Allsop through the middle. Assistant referee on the spot, but it was line ball.
Seeing him trying to hold his run. Trying to get level with the right back. Classy play from Kemp. This time Allsop is onside. Looking to get on the end of Thwaite's ball. And handball against Allsop. Just stopped the clearance from Wilkinson, and both the assistant and the referee were right on top of it.
We spoke about the Central Coast Mariners dominating position in the opponent's half. Ernie Merrick, Danny Allsop just using the hand there. Ernie Merrick won't be too upset about that stat. His team with such great attacking flair on the break.
Flag up against Thompson this time.
Melbourne victory often at their best when the other side has been lured forward and it's a quick break and the ball finds its way to Hernandez, and then all of a sudden Thompson and Allsop come into the game.
Thompson suggesting he was kept onside by Bowich perhaps, and surely that's dissent. We've seen yellow cards given. Thompson suggesting to the assistant he needs a pair of glasses. Simon and Vargas. Header won by Simon, but Vargas did enough. Such a rock for the Melbourne victory after being plucked from the Victorian Premier League a couple of years back now. Part of Socceroos train-on squad. Such has been the rise of Roddy Vargas. Jedinak tried to just clip his header into the path of Caceres. Foul against Jedinak on Zaleski, who've had a few comings together now.
Billy Zaleski searching for Danny Allsop. Just a little bit late. Nothing really in it there for Miller Jedinak. He'd be disappointed as a coach if he didn't make that challenge.
Petrovsky. Nice pass to Osman, who kept it alive for Hutchinson. Just rolled through to Theokotos. I wonder if we might have seen the offside flag go up if Hutchinson got on the end of it. Another long ball from Muscat. Berger's flick on looking for Allsop.
It's been a noticeable tactic in this first half. This first half an hour, Kevin Muscat, time and again, looking for the run of Thompson and Allsop over the back. Perhaps sensing the Central Coast Mariners are pushing on. There is some room in behind to exploit the speed of Allsop and Thompson.
There's room for Bowych now on the left-hand side for the Mariners. Thompson across to close it down. Bowych rides the challenge, and Peter Green was trying to play the advantage.
Good refereeing from Peter Green. He knew there was a foul there. Bowych kept his feet admirably, but just lost the momentum, and Kemp had got across the cover. So then the whistle went, and he brought it back for the free kick. Good refereeing.
Like you say, credit Bowych for trying to keep on going. Hutchinson leaves it, swung in, Muscat's header. Petrovski goes at it, wins the header. Cleared by Kemp to Caceres. Goes at it with Allsop, Jedinak. He scored from there last year against Theocritos with a wicked shot. That time it just wouldn't quite sit for him.
Yes, stunning goal last season. That time, credit Adrian Caceres. Contested the ball with Allsop. It fell fortuitously. Jedinak never really got his body in position. It was a snapshot at best. Couldn't keep it down.
What a cracking goal that was last season. One of the goals of the season. Just bamboozled Theocritos. Had wicked swerve on it.
Wonderful strike with the ball, Jedinak. His goal at Suncorp this year. Absolute stunning from the free kick too against Queensland Roar.
Certainly developing into a free kick specialist. Another string to have in your bow when you're pressing for Socceroo selection. Capped 3 times so far by Pim Verbeek. Osman, good ball. Petrovski, Theocritos comes again. Brave goalkeeping at the feet of Petrovski.
Wonderful goalkeeping.
But then he's made a mistake, Theocritos. He wasn't sure where Petrovski was. Vargas did just enough. That could have been embarrassing for the keeper.
He was quick off his line, sensed the danger as Petrovski went through the middle. Osman, lovely little ball in behind. The goalkeeper was out smartly, but then just a little bit casual as he released the ball to Vargas, who wasn't expecting it. Petrovski, as always, causing trouble.
Theocritos looking to join that goalkeeper's bloopers tape. Seen plenty of strikers pounce in that situation in the past and just roll it into an empty net. Theocritos dodging a bullet. Jedinak pumps it straight to the victory keeper. Clear foul on Hernandez, although Caceres and Jedinak both protesting.
Again, Melbourne Victory looking to put the ball in behind a rather square Central Coast Mariners backline. Trying to use the speed of Thompson and Allsop.
Lopez and Kemp combine. Tried the reverse ball to Hernandez. Through to Bosnich, who, apart from picking the ball out of his net, hasn't had much to do tonight.
It's definitely been Central Coast Mariners dictating the tempo and the pace. Melbourne Victory trying to catch him on the break.
Porter back to Osman. Jedinak looking for Petrovski. Again, read so well by Muscat. Bowych bursting by Kemp. Kemp comes again.
Yeah, good cover defence. Matthew Kemp kept his composure. Stayed goal side, won the football. But credit Bowych. Central Coast Mariners pushing forward so well. Putting Melbourne Victory on the back foot.
Cool, calm turns from Michael Thwaite to get away from Simon, who embarrassed him for the opener here tonight. Jose Luis Lopez, nice turn to get away from Petrovski. Rides the challenge, advantage played by Peter Green, who has a word to Petrovski. But Jose Luis Lopez back to anchor the Victory midfield tonight. Of course, he was away on international duty with Costa Rica. Had to play a game in hurricane-ravaged Haiti. lived on canned tuna for 3 days because he didn't want to taste the local water, potentially get ill before his return to Melbourne. Bosnich this time finds Porter. He was looking for Simon again. Closing down by Osman, forced Berger to punt it out. Here's Petrovski, right, the nutmeg on Vargas, who releases Hernandez. Allsop on the move, straight offside, had he? Bosnich comes out of his area, well dealt with. Plenty of fans here to watch Bosnich tonight. What a save it was last week against Wellington as well, to keep a clean sheet.
It's clever play by Mark Bosnich. He sensed that Melbourne are looking to play it in behind the defence. He was out there playing almost as a sweeper to alleviate the danger. Central Coast doing a great job of pressuring Melbourne in their own half. It starts with the work of Simon and Petrovski.
Hernandez. Peter Green in to defuse the situation.
And again, it was wonderful work in midfield. This time Hutchison combining with Osman to get through, put the pressure on Melbourne, force the turnover. That time Hernandez losing the handle on it, raising the studs. That's a no-no. Nothing malicious in it, but definitely a free kick.
I think he's lucky Matty Osman got out of the way. You could tell by the venom in the whistle from Peter Green that it would have been a yellow card had he connected, if not more. Bugard getting away from Thompson. Continued his run, Bugard, as well. Muscat, lovely feet. The wily old veteran getting past Matty Simon.
Wonderful moment there, good sportsmanship. But Laurie McKinnon won't be too displeased with that. Matty Simon again putting pressure on Melbourne in their back third. You won't mind if he sees Kevin Muscat trying to dribble out of defence. He'll be happy with that.
No surprise to see Muscat come up with a smile as well. He's delivered plenty of those challenges through the years himself. Probably appreciating a bit of himself in Matty Simon, but he got one back there as Simon goes to the ground, clutching his chest, or maybe a bit lower.
It was the high bouncing ball, wasn't it? Muscat led with the leg. He'll say it was to protect himself from the oncoming player. The leg was raised. Matty Simon, perhaps a little naively, jumping straight into it.
He won't miss the chance to get one back, Kevin Muscat, after being fouled moments earlier by Matty Simon. As we were talking about that challenge last week by Muscat on Agostino, where he left the foot in on his opponent. I think you're right, at that time he was definitely bracing himself for the contact of an opponent.
And Matty Simon eyes for the football, which is a good sign. Wanted to win it. Perhaps didn't notice Kevin Muscat protecting himself.
Matty Simon with that traditional pain delay. Should be okay in a few moments to resume. He opened the scoring tonight, Matty Simon, before the equaliser came from Archie Thompson.
Central Coast have done a great job of putting pressure on Melbourne inside their own half. As we've seen, they've been resorting to the long ball, which may have been their tactic of choice, but they haven't really had a choice. They've turned it over in midfield because Central Coast keeps stepping forward onto them.
Nice feet from Petrovski. Tried to thread it through to Caceres. Wins it back. This time he does find Caceres. And the shot was pretty tame in the end. Former Perth Glory and Melbourne Victory player, of course. Real journeyman of the A-League, and season 4. Nice exchange of passes between Zaleski and Thompson. Make it 5. Lovely ball through to Allsop. Chance to make it 2-1. Danny Allsop. Great save, Bosnich. The crowd on their feet at Blue Tongue. Allsop keeps it alive for Kemp. Lopez finds his fellow Costa Rican. Allsop again. Bowich concedes the throw-in.
Wonderful football from Melbourne Victory. Spoke about them not getting control of midfield that time. Superb interplay between Thompson and Zaleski to release Allsop, but then it was Bosnich at his best, wasn't it? Such a wonderful shot stopper, was out quickly, narrowed the angle.
There's Matty Simon on the move. Little tug of the shirt from Thwaite did enough just to slow that attack. And plenty of the crowd have come to see Mark Bosnich tonight, and he was at his best here. Allsop tried to size him up, spread himself large, didn't he?
Yeah, wonderful goalkeeping. He didn't give Danny Allsop much to aim at, and you saw Allsop was looking.
Should be offside against Hutchinson, who was looking across the line. Petrovski did well to keep it alive. It was up to Hutchinson to stay onside.
There was good bustling work again in that front third from Sasha Petrovski. He never gives a moment's peace to the defenders. Having a discussion with Kevin Muscat. It's not much of a surprise. They're both very strong characters.
They lead the league in yellow cards all time. Probably debating who's going to pick up the first one tonight to hit the front. Both have 21 all time in the A-League.
Yeah, they very rarely let a game go by without having an impact.
Vargas this time getting the better of Petrovski. Jedinak comes. Porter strong in the challenge.
Great work again, Miller. Yeah, at first it was Vargas stepping in front of his man, as we've seen him do so often. And then it was Jedinak from that holding midfield position, again causing the turnover.
The referee just went and had a chat to Lopez about an earlier challenge. Just telling the Costa Rican he's treading a fine line. Jedinak again in hard on Allsop. Stays alive though for the victory striker. Looking for Thompson. He's done plenty of running in this first half, Danny Allsop. Probably should have made it 2-1, but couldn't find a way past Bosnich moments ago. Clearly off Hutchinson again. Tried to con the assistant and was having none of it.
Again, Central Coast pressing in numbers. Hutchison, Caceres, Osman crowding Melbourne out.
Hernandez, lovely flick to Thompson. He's got Allsop in the middle. Kemp arriving at the back post. Thompson finds Kemp. And great tracking by John Hutchinson to come across in the end. Wonderful vision, though, from Thompson to find Kemp in the first place.
Yeah, it was a beautiful flick from Hernandez that freed Thompson, and then the little left foot clip cross. Found Kemp to credit John Hutchison. Such a willing worker up and down the park.
Matty Simon did well. And Osman. Here's Porter asking Jedinak to run onto it. Switches it up to Hutchinson. Bowich is joining in. His run rewarded. But look who's across. Kevin Muscat again.
He read that beautifully, Kevin Muscat, but good work from Central Coast Mariners. Played it their way out of the defence beautifully. Good ball movement.
Jedinak. Nice ball through to Caceres. Offside flag went up. He thought that was the moment to come back to haunt his former club, but he was clearly offside.
Clever work again, Jedinak, this time using his body beautifully. Sensed the run. It's a line ball decision. Caceres running in behind the defence. It was Michael Thwaite who just stepped up in the nick of time.
Well, that would have been heartbreaking for Caceres had he burst the back of the net, because I thought he was clearly offside, but it was Michael Thwaite who had kept him on, and not according to the assistant. 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half, and we haven't been disappointed. We thought it would be an attacking game. We've got 2 goals, and we could easily have had at least a couple more.
And it's flown by. Wonderful tempo to the game. Credit both sides. Warm conditions, probably the first warm conditions of the season for both these sides, but they've gone at it from the word go.
Jedinak flighting it to Petrovski. Theocritos commanding his area. Had a few anxious moments, though, in the first half, Theocritos. Zaleski looking for the run of Hernandez. Is there one final flourish from Melbourne before half-time? Great trickery from the Costa Rican. Got the better of Porter. But Porter came again and won all ball, according to Peter Green. Bugard just stepping on the ball. We've had our minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half, but the referee wants to keep it going. We want it to keep on going as well.
It's been wonderful contest, both sides. Plenty of energy.
Caceres ran into a brick wall in the form of Berger. No free kick required because it is half-time here at the Blue Tongue Stadium. Caceres so very nearly gave his team the lead at the end of the first half. He was flagged for offside, shot high anyway. Matt Simon opened the scoring before Archie Thompson replied. It's 1-1 at half-time.
It's half-time. Time to grab a Hungry Jack's Whopper. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.